Football, at its core, is a simple sport: kick the ball into the goal. But in the hands, or rather feet and minds, of the brilliant, it becomes a game of strategy, wit, and split-second decision-making. Over the decades, the beautiful game has been graced by moments of sheer genius, when a player's mind outpaced everyone else on the pitch, leaving fans and opponents stunned. These are the stories of football's smartest moments, where brains, not just boots, won the day. The quick-witted corner, Trent Alexander-Arnold, 2019. It was the Champions League semi-final second leg. Barcelona had come to Anfield with a commanding 3-0 lead from the first leg. Liverpool had to be perfect, and they were. With the score tied 3-3 on aggregate, the unthinkable happened. In the 79th minute, Liverpool earned a corner. The Barcelona defenders were organizing. The fans were roaring, but in that split second, Trent Alexander-Arnold noticed something no one else did. The defenders weren't paying attention. He whipped in a low, fast corner to Divock Origi, who slotted it home before anyone could react. The stadium exploded. The goal wasn't about power or precision, it was about perception. Trent saw what others didn't, and it changed everything. Liverpool went on to win 4-0 and later the Champions League. The inventor's free kick, Thierry Henry and Robert Pires, 2005. Sometimes, genius doesn't always work out, but it's the thought that counts. Arsenal's Henry and Pires, two of the sharpest footballers in Premier League history, attempted a never-before-seen penalty against Manchester City. Instead of Pires shooting the ball directly, he tapped it forward for Henry to run on and shoot. It was a clever idea, legally allowed under the rules. But nerves got the better of them. Pires barely nudged the ball, Henry arrived too early, and chaos ensued. Though it failed, it was a sign of the creativity top players bring to the pitch. Years later, Messi and Suarez pulled off the same trick successfully, showing the world that the smartest ideas don't always work on the first try. The Zidane turn, elegance and intelligence. Zinedine Zidane was known for his elegance, but behind the beauty was a brain always scanning, always calculating. One of the smartest technical moves in football is the 360-degree spin, now dubbed the Zidane turn. What made it special wasn't just the spin, it was when Zidane used it. He'd often execute the move in tight midfield situations where losing the ball could be fatal. His awareness, balance, and timing made it an unmarkable move. It wasn't just flair, it was functional genius. Zidane's intelligence wasn't limited to his playing days. He later led Real Madrid to 3 consecutive Champions League titles as a manager, a football mind for the ages. The offside trap masters, AC Milan, 1980s-90s. Football isn't only about individual brilliance. Sometimes it's collective intelligence that shines brightest. Under Arrigo Sacchi, AC Milan became the masters of the offside trap. With defenders like Franco Baresi and Paolo Maldini, Milan's backline moved like a machine. As soon as a ball was played, they'd step up in unison, catching attackers offside with laser-like precision. It wasn't luck, it was months of training and a deep understanding of space and timing. The offside trap became their weapon, frustrating opponents and launching counterattacks. It was defensive intelligence at its finest. The whisper that won a cup, Andrea Pirlo, 2006 World Cup Final. Penalty shootouts are pressure cookers. In the 2006 World Cup Final between Italy and France, Andrea Pirlo stepped up for Italy's first penalty. But before he took it, he whispered something to French keeper Fabien Barthez. The keeper paused, and Pirlo calmly chipped the ball down the middle, a Panenka. What did he say? To this day, Pirlo hasn't revealed it, but it worked. He planted a seed of doubt, just enough to throw Barthez off. Italy would go on to win the shootout. Pirlo's combination of skill and psychological warfare helped start it off. The sneaky throw-in, Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United 2020. Marcelo Bielsa is known for his meticulous approach to football. At Leeds, he trained players to look for throw-in opportunities that mimicked set plays. In one championship match, Leeds executed a perfect sequence. Quick throw-in, one-touch pass, back heel flick, goal. It looked chaotic to the defense, but to Leeds, it was a rehearsed masterpiece. That moment reflected Bielsa's genius. Football isn't just 90 minutes of random events, it's a chessboard, and the smartest players control the game. The calculated dive, Arjen Robben, 2014 World Cup. Controversial? Yes, but undeniably smart. In the dying minutes of the 2014 World Cup round of 16, Netherlands versus Mexico, Arjen Robben entered the box, twisted his body. and felt the contact. He went down, penalty, Netherlands scored, game over. Robben was criticized for diving, but even critics admitted his timing was impeccable. He knew exactly when to fall, and how to sell it. Gamesmanship or genius? You decide. The thinker's goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer. Goalkeepers are often the forgotten tacticians, but not Manuel Neuer. He reinvented the role of the sweeper keeper, rushing out of the box to intercept through balls, acting like a defender, and even starting attacks. In the 2014 World Cup, Neuer's off-the-line heroics became a major reason Germany lifted the trophy. His brain worked as fast as his reflexes, making decisions that most keepers wouldn't even consider. He changed what the world expected from someone wearing gloves. The genius of Messi's vision. Lionel Messi is often praised for his dribbling, but his smartest moments come from what he sees. In a La Liga match against Real Betis in 2019, he received the ball outside the box, noticed the keeper off his line, and chipped it in with surgical precision. But even more impressive, the number of passes and movements he anticipates. Messi doesn't just play football, he predicts it. Every pass he makes is preceded by a scan of the field, a calculation of angles, and a vision few others possess. When the goalkeeper becomes the playmaker, Alisson Becker 2021. Liverpool were in danger of missing out on Champions League qualification. In a must-win match against West Brom, it was 1-1 deep into stoppage time. Liverpool had a corner. Alisson Becker, the goalkeeper, ran up to join the attack. And then the impossible, he scored. A perfect header into the net. The technique, the timing, the decision, it was all perfect. He became the first goalkeeper in Liverpool's history to score in a competitive match. It wasn't just luck, it was Alisson knowing exactly what was needed and when. The mind behind the magic. These stories remind us that football isn't just about raw talent or physical strength. It's a mental game. Every smart moment, from quick corners to offside traps, from subtle whispers to flying headers, speaks to a deeper understanding of the sport. It's in those seconds of brilliance that football becomes more than a game. It becomes an art form. And behind every great move is a great mind. So next time you watch a match, keep an eye out, not just for the goals, but for the glances, the gestures, the genius hiding in plain sight. Because the smartest moments, they're often the ones you don't see coming.